So I'm going to turn it over to Deborah. First, if you want to introduce yourself, tell a little bit about yourself, and then what originally got you into running.
My name is Deborah, fellow Austinite here, originally from Mexico, but what got me into running was just prioritizing my health. You know what I mean? I feel like every human goes through so much during their day, like you have to put yourself first. And I think, so many things can happen during your day that gets you so clustered and stressed. And like I said, just prioritizing yourself is what got me into running and just doing something good for myself that I enjoyed, even if in the beginning it was hard for me to do so, because running is hard.
Yeah.
Running is really hard.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I remember in my story, I remember taking a look in the mirror, and the injury had made me kind of lose myself inside. I got out to here, felt like crap, looked like crap. And so initially when I started running, it was just to lose a couple pounds. I never knew what it would end up doing for my mental health, the type of community I would get involved with and all that stuff. So what was it like for you discovering running, and then what did it do for you thereafter that you never expected?
Discovering running was crazy to me in the beginning, because once I got my groove into it, I almost thought like, man, I didn't know how good of a de-stressor this could be. Your days can seem so chaotic. And then what it did for me now is, man, 4 months ago, I was having surgery, got diagnosed with an inflammatory disease, endometriosis, which there's not a lot of information on it because we still don't really know why women get it. So trying to not let that stop me from continuing my run now, it's been insane. The progress. I've never been this healthy. I've never looked this good. And that was barely 4 months ago. 4 months ago Sunday. So,
Really?
yeah.
You've only been running for 4 months?
No, I've been running for like a year, but the surgery was 4 months ago. And then that little gap between the surgery and now, it was a complete mindset change for me. I mean, I chose not to let it feel like it was the end of the world for me. And I've skyrocketed myself up. I feel like I'm a whole different person for the better. It's been great.
Right.
Yeah.
What was your initial, for me, I remember showing up to my first run group or my first run, organized run, race. It was all very intimidating to me. I felt like an outsider, didn't feel like I was quite a runner. What was your experience like?
For the first run club specifically that I went with my brother, and it was crazy because it was, we're used to like 2 daily miles, 3 miles, and this one was like a spedded, like, it's really like
after.
Yeah, it was fast. And then it's your first time, so you kind of like, you're like, man, if I don't show out, people might think I suck or something. So it was a great mindset to have going in, because it was like, let me see what I'm really capable of. But yeah, it was crazy enough that first run club I went to 2 days after was what led me to the emergency room. But just, we don't know if that was the reason why, but
you still kept going.
I kept going.
See, that's what it's all about, overcoming that adversity, right? You told me originally your brothers had gotten you into running.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Were they just always runners, and just one time were like, hey, come with us? Or
they've always played soccer, and they've always been athletic, but we kind of, me and the specific brother that I used to run with, we used to work the same schedule, the same job. So it was easy for us to do what we have to do after the job and run together. So it was easy because we all started from ground zero, building up your endurance, building up your stamina. We couldn't even run a mile like at the beginning. We still talk about it now. It's so crazy. We used to just like barely make it to a mile, breathing hard, and then slowly worked ourselves up to 2 and 3 and so on.
Hell yeah. Yeah. What is your goal for running, do you think? Are you this week, you got your first half marathon?
First half, yes. First time half.
Are we gonna get over that, and then we're shooting for the full, or we're just gonna see how we're full? Are we?
Yeah, I think I've done a handful of 5Ks where I feel like I'm ready for the half and see where it takes me. And then right after is the full. We'll look at the upcoming dates and we'll sign up ASAP.
So let's say there's a man or woman out there right now that's kind of struggling, and they're going through that initial nervousness of getting in front of getting out to their run group, right? But they're in their head, they're talking about, I'm not a runner, I don't know if I should do this, I'm gonna be slow. What would be your advice to them?
Man, just do it. Just do it. I know it's easier said than done, but just start off slow. You know what I mean? What I personally did was do what you can, walk when you can, and then start running again, walk if you have to. And then slowly but surely, if anything in consistency is key. So eventually your body is going to get used to it and it's going to be like, oh, this wasn't that bad, but just do it, man. It's great feeling. Like getting into running and just getting out there, and with the weather being so great, like today, it's a crazy day to run.
Right.
Yeah.
What is your post race meal gonna be? What are you gonna treat yourself to?
I don't know. Honestly, I make desserts.
Oh.
So I specifically sent my team off at work with Valentine's cupcakes, and my parents as well sent them off with cupcakes to work. So I froze myself a cupcake so I could eat it on Sunday. But aside from that, that's just dessert. I don't know. I'll probably have a burger and fries.
Right. Any of my big races, once I start getting towards the end, that's what gets me through those last couple miles. Is like, all right, what am I gonna eat today? What am I gonna eat today?
I know. I'm
chicken
ready.
and waffles. I go something crazy.
Yeah.
You got to.
I need sweet and salty combined. I need it all.
Do you have a shop? How can people find you when it comes to the baked goods?
When it comes to the baked goods, I take orders on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm home based, so home baker. And I do anything from cakes, cupcakes. I started with chocolate covered strawberries, and I'm going on 5 years now.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the name so people can look it
The
up?
name is Deb's Delights with
Alright.
2 S's at the end.
Deb's Delights.
Deb's
go.
Delights. Yes.
All right. Now, every podcast episode, I ask this question, right?
Okay.
Hypothetically speaking, you're walking out for the Women's UFC Championship of the World tonight.
Okay.
What's your walkout song?
Ooh. Right now?
Yeah.
Right now would maybe be E85
Okay.
by Don Toliver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Banger?
Or maybe Breathe by Sarah Landry.
All right.
That's a crazy
I'm
song.
gonna have to look them up.
Yeah, those are cool songs.
All right. Well, we are going to be at mile 1 out there on the on the course. Please give us a shout when you come by.
I
don't
will.
think we laced you up with some I Am Redemption gear. If you ever
Yes.
wear it, please give us a tag. But
I will.
would love to connect with you after this and all that stuff. Any way we could
Oh,
support the baked goods or what you're doing.
For sure.
Have you out to a run group or something like that.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
All right, we'd love it.
Plan it out.
I appreciate you so
Perfect.
much.
Thank you. Good to meet
Thank
you.
Nice to meet you. We are coming to you live from Austin Marathon Expo. I got my man Ben here. Ben is representing Red Bull. He is also an ultra runner, so we struck up that conversation. So Ben, what originally got you into running? Because I have to imagine, like, us ultra runners, there's a little bit something deeper that burns for us to make us go do crazy shit like that.
Yeah. No,
So what is it for you?
Yeah, it's kind of like a multitude of different things. When I was in college, I had one of my homies get diagnosed with a rare form of kidney cancer.
Okay.
And so actually what my running journey started with just a half marathon where all of our friends just decided to run for him.
Right.
And then like I had my own kind of like illness and kind of like complications growing up where it kind of sidetracked my life all through high school and, had to have some pretty serious surgeries to be able to, kind of get back in the game. And, there was a time where I couldn't even get out of bed and walk down the stairs and all this kind of stuff. And, this past October just wrapped up my first 100 mile.
Let's go. What was that feeling like crossing that finish line and them handing you that big, thick buckle?
Yeah, dog. I actually have like a few different pictures that really kind of encapsulate it all. The first one is just kind of me crossing the finish line, and I have like all my boys, people that I've met through the running community, like my best friend from college, and like just that moment of kind of sharing that like accomplishment of something that y'all don't think is achievable. But then you're there and you're actually at the finish line and you're kind of like, holy shit, I just did that.
Right.
But then also like celebrating with my dad afterward.
Oh, yeah.
It was just like that specific moment was, thinking back to when I was doing just laps around the hospital floor and like was trying to just get out of the hospital and get out of my bed. And then to be able to like achieve 100 miles under 24 hours was pretty sick.
Oh, it was big to do it in under 24 hours. What would you say, because so many people, like, I think you and I both understand, like, the value of running in our life, what it does for our mental, what it does for our physical, what it does for the spiritual health. What do you say to somebody who's nervous about showing up to their first ever run because they're insecure about not being a runner or not being in shape? What's your advice?
Everyone starts somewhere. For me, like, truthfully, 3 years ago, I signed up to run a mile a day every day of December. And then once I kind of got past that, I was like, why stop now? I already have 31 days of proof that I can do this. And so really just like give yourself grace, because running's not something that you see instant progress with. But if you stick to it and consistency with the discipline kind of like really amplifies the magnitude of the success that you'll see in running.
All right. Last and final, this is my favorite question to ask everybody. You're stepping up the Austin Marathon start line tomorrow.
Yeah.
What is your get ready song?
Oh, shit. Right now, I kind of got a few, but anything like Fred Again is kind of like, get me some EDM, get me some like hype music right now. Like, 'cause when I'm at the start line, it's like, I want to hear the cadence that I want to be running to.
Right.
And so anything that's like super high beat and motivational, I'm in.
Hell yeah. Well, bro, I'm very excited for you. Good luck at the race tomorrow.
Thanks,
Appreciate you sitting down. We'll see y'all later, baby.
Appreciate that.
Let's go. I'm in. We have one of my favorite human beings on earth, my boy Edu. I met Edu here in the Austin running community. He was electric energy from the moment I met him, but I knew there was something that burned a little bit deeper for him, much like myself. Usually we can identify that in each other. So Edu, without further ado, if you just want to introduce yourself and tell everybody how and why you got into running.
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Eduardo. I like to go as Edu. It's something more personal for my friends and family. I'm originally from Venezuela. I started running as an outlet to be able to find love for myself. I felt like I was overweight and I felt like I wasn't taking care of myself. And here in Austin, there's no better place. I got to meet great people like Shawn, Audie, a lot of people that set the course for me and guided me through the process. I got to reach my final goal, which was self-love, and as well as lose some weight. So it's been definitely a great process, and I'm so excited to be here. I'm here in Austin Marathon Week, here with Shawn, and I have the privilege of sitting here with this great man that has guided me the whole process. Yeah.
Oh man, you're gonna get me emotional this morning. Dude, so many people, I feel like, have not discovered the running world, and it's because it's so intimidating to step into, right? And so you come in, you said you were on a weight loss journey. I know exactly what that's like. I remember how intimidating it was me for showing up for my first run. So what was your preconceived notion about showing up into the running community your first run, and then what did you find when you showed up?
Yeah, when I first showed up, I felt like I didn't belong. I was too slow. I felt like I was holding people up. And then later and later, I started to realize people just want to be together in community. I started to realize that it's not about the pace, but it's more about the journey. Sounds a little corny, but it's part of Austin's community. People just want to share and share stories. We've all gone through some sort of hardship, and we just want to share that story with each other.
Right.
Just like running.
Right.
Yeah.
So was it nearly as intimidating as you thought it would be once you got in it?
At first, yes. It took me, I was sharing with a friend of mine yesterday. It took me almost 8 months to finally run a full cycle with you.
Really?
Because I always thought I couldn't keep up with you. It was in my head. I felt like I was going to hold you up, or I wasn't fast enough. And then finally, when I broke through that mental, it wasn't a physical barrier, it was a mental barrier. I started to realize, hey, Shawn, I can run with Shawn, or I can run with any of the elites here. People just want to share time. That's all it is.
Right, you're right, dude. So, dude, you have a unique look from a lot of the people that I've sat down with, because you've kind of got to see the way I Am Redemption operates. You've been to our men's groups. I believe you even hopped on a virtual meeting a time or two, right? That's what I thought. So you've seen everything. So you don't necessarily come from the drug and alcohol recovery world, right? But you always hear me say, like, we're all recovering from something. So what was it like discovering, I Am Redemption, what we got going with our community, and how would you describe it to somebody that's never heard of it?
Yeah, as I was searching for that self-love, I wanted to create purpose and meaning in my life. And there's nothing more meaningful than what this organization is. It's creating that better tomorrow. And I align with that very quickly. It has nothing to do with recovery. It has to do with living our life with purpose and meaning. And that's how I see redemption. That's how I see your podcast. That's how I see my connection with you daily. It's everything is meaningful, purposeful. There is no accident. Yeah. It's no longer it was an accident. It's everything with a purpose of meaning.
Yeah. But man, that was such a good way to describe it, because I don't know that you and I have ever had we've never had a surface level conversation. Like, we have real conversations every single time we've been running. And I mean, I think that's what's so unique about our run group. I believe that I was talking with you the one day, and we're literally running down the trail in the middle of one of our runs, just talking openly, because you'll hear people talking about God, you'll hear people talking about addiction, recovery, all these different things. And we had a random stranger who was in from out of town literally stop us while we were running because he heard what we were talking about. And like, that's what I want I Am Redemption to be about. It's so many people that are so strong, to stand up what they've lived through and understand that they're stronger because of it.
Absolutely.
What would you say to somebody that's sitting at home right now that thinks they're not a runner, they're too overweight, they're out of shape, they're not fast enough? What's your recommendation for them?
Just like my fit and fluffy friends would say, get out of the car, show up. That's the first step. Make yourself uncomfortable, and you never know what's gonna open up. The biggest things is not about what you're gonna accomplish, but who you're gonna meet throughout that process that will help you enjoy the process of getting to the finish line.
One thing that you're a very, very humble man, but you've always taken it upon yourself every time we run to always find somebody that may not be as fast as the other people, and you always run right alongside with them. And you're one of the unique people that can kind of step into the world of recovery and still like hold your own. And you hear some of these conversations and you never blink an eye. So you pretty quickly became a mentor within our community. So what's it like for you coming in contact with people that have been through some of this adversity and all that, and being able to sit back there and run with them and see them overcome that first run or those first couple?
Yeah, addiction has hit all of us in some sort of way. It's not always drugs. It can also be all kinds of different things. For my family, like my dad growing up, he had certain addictions and things that he grew up. So I can relate with some of those things. But my biggest thing is when I was running and when I was here in Austin, my family lives so far away. I always wanted that commitment and the mission of making sure people never felt alone. So it didn't matter what we were showing up for. I just want to make sure people were not felt alone. That feeling is such a hard feeling, and I want to make sure that nobody ever feels that. So that's why I slow down. That's why I have conversations. That's why I meet people. I put myself out of these comfortable situations to make sure that other people feel comfortable, because I don't want anyone to feel that feeling. Right. We're all here together. We're all struggling. We're all overcoming something. And I want everyone to know I'm here for them and they're here for me.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, hypothetical question for you right now. My favorite question to ask on earth for some reason. You are stepping up to the line for Austin Marathon tomorrow. You have time for one song to play in your headphones to get you amped up for this next 26.2. What is that song?
Right now, because of the Super Bowl and everything that's happening, I'm a huge Bad Bunny fan. So debería tomar más fotos. It's something very meaningful. It's about being present, about making sure that we're capturing those moments. We're there for the people that are around us. And nothing more special than tomorrow, being there with the crowds, the runners, the supporters. I think to me, that means a lot. And it gets me emotional.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. Is there anything you want to leave us with?
Hey, show up. You never know who you're going to meet, what you're able to do. You'll surprise yourself. The hero that you're chasing is yourself tomorrow. Remember that.
Oh, yeah. Bro, I love you. Thank you for being a part of this community. You're a fucking cornerstone of it. And I couldn't be prouder to stand next to you.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, my name is Abram. I live here in Austin, and excited to run the Austin Marathon this year.
Right,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah, come on.
So you're here from Alabama.
So actually, I live in South Austin.
Okay.
I grew up in Alabama.
Got you.
Yeah.
So you are local here.
I am local though. Yeah.
So what originally got you into running?
So man, I got really bad sick about 2.5 years ago. Coughing, sinus infection I couldn't get rid of. I was around 200 pounds, and man, my life just seemed like I was just running the rat race, you know. And I was like, I gotta take my health back. So I was like, I'm gonna go after it. I'm gonna start running again, because I grew up running.
Yeah.
And man, I started running, started seeing some changes, lost about 20 pounds, and here I am. I'm running my first marathon here. So I'm excited.
Oh, let's go. So this is your first ever marathon?
Yeah, first marathon.
Dude,
Yep.
I'm so excited for you, man.
Yeah.
Dude, running, I hit a very low point in my life through addiction and mental health, all that stuff. And thankfully, I ended up in a city like Austin. I discovered the running community, dude, and it opened the world to me. What it did for my mental health, physical health, spiritual health, everything. Completely transformed my life. So I'm excited for you.
Come on.
So you let me know beforehand you're a pastor, right?
I am a pastor.
Dude.
Yeah.
Well, God is very, very big in my life. I know I felt lost in my life for years. Just brought God back into my life, and as soon as I did, dude, he cleared a path for me. It's the first time in my life I ever know I'm aligned with exactly what God wants me doing with this world, is using all this experience He's given me to help other people. So I feel blessed. How old were you when you originally started getting into the avenue of getting into preaching?
Yeah, so when I was 17, man, basically my whole life, was this unified family. Man, my parents were on drugs, in and out of jail my whole life. My dad left my mom when I was 3. I met him again when I was 13. He still didn't want anything to do with me though. And so my whole life I'd heard about God, and people were saying like, oh, God, Jesus this, Jesus that. But it was a hypocrisy, right? I didn't want anything to do with God. I actually became an atheist at the age of like 15. Man, fast forward, at 17 years old, I met a guy at Taco Bell of all places. I had a Rubik's Cube in my hand. He's like, hey man, can you solve that? And I'm like, yeah, I can solve that. So I'm solving this Rubik's Cube in front of him. He invites me to his youth ministry. And the only reason why I went is because the cheerleaders were going at that time.
Right.
And then I go and I felt the Holy Spirit for the first time in my life. And I knew God was real in that moment, but I was like, now what do I do with this? My whole life, I grew up in pain. I grew up with just so much shame and regret and just dysfunction, right? And man, next thing you know, I just started to see my life transform before my eyes. I gave my life to Christ and I never looked back, man. I've been doing it for over 10 years. I'm a youth pastor, so I help young people. And man, what's beautiful is I just found out, I just got accepted into the Chicago Marathon, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's go.
And I'm actually going to be running for kids who deal with abuse, neglect, who have just a troubled
Right.
childhood,
Right.
a home life.
Right.
So I get to run for that reason this year in the Chicago Marathon. I'm excited, man.
That's incredible.
Redemptive circle.
Yes.
Redemption, right?
Dude,
Come on, man.
Dude, it's so much, dude, I don't know, running is such a metaphor for me.
Yeah.
You know, I know there was something that was definitely deeper fueling me on the days where I knew I had to go out and run hills in the middle of the heat because I'm training for some crazy race.
Right.
But it was all those things and all the things that I had been through. You know what I mean? Once I started realizing that translates and that we could use that to help other people, bro, like I didn't know worlds like this existed. So the fact that you can go run a race that's already hard and, you know, legendary like Chicago and all that, but to do it with like a purpose behind it is incredible.
I love it.
And bro, I don't know how you feel, but there's so many stigmas in this world. There's stigmas around religion and God. There's stigmas around addiction, stigma around the mental health. It's because people, in my opinion, it's because people don't open up and talking about it, right? And you walked up today, you have your beautiful family with me, and I asked you why you started running without hesitation, bro. You checked all the boxes of what it talks about for like redemption. So just in saying that, what does the word redemption mean to you?
That word is the reason why I stopped at this tent, because that's the word God gave me when I got saved. When I gave my life to him, he said every area of brokenness, every area where you've been stolen in your life by the enemy, every area where you felt less than, God said, I'm redeeming all of that. And so for me to be able to have the home I have, because I grew up in a shack in the middle of nowhere, Alabama. We had nothing. When I say we had nothing, I ate biscuits for dinner. You know, I went and caught fish in the Tennessee River. That was my dinner. Like, we didn't have anything. And to have 2 beautiful children, be able to raise them, and I get to be what I never had. I never had a dad growing up. I get to be that now. And so that word redemption for me is everything. Like, that's the staple of my life. I feel like God is saying, has always told me, every area, your brokenness, your shame, all that, I'm redeeming all of it. Right. And so it's a full circle moment for me. Even like I was saying about the Chicago Marathon earlier, right? I grew up in Kalamazoo, Michigan for a little bit of my life. I went to Chicago when I was a kid, and that was the season I was being abused. Like I was in an abusive situation with my grandparents, and now I get to run on the streets of Chicago for abused children.
Right.
Redemption.
Yes.
It's a full circle moment. So that's what it means for me, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you hit the nail on the head, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't believe in coincidences at all, dude. God brought you here on this Friday, dude. I'm very excited to meet you, man.
Son.
Dude, I'd love to know that you're in Austin, dude. We got after this week, we're gonna have a run group going Tuesday, Thursday mornings right there in South Austin. Yeah. Bro, we got a men's group. We openly talk about God. We got a men's group every Monday night on the east side, bro. I'd love to have you join.
Come on.
Would love to come to your church sometime or whatever. Would love to stay connected.
Love it. Let's do it, Shawn.
Bro, nice meeting you, bro.
Nice to meet you, man. Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Absolutely.
Let's go, y'all.
We're out here at the Austin Marathon Expo. I've come across my man, Tony Smith. Tony is a fellow veteran. He's currently discharging from the military. I think the Army, right?
Yeah, Army.
Army, all right. Yeah. So first of all, I got to ask you, what's initially got you into running in the first place?
So for me, I think it was doing difficult things. I'm like not a runner at all, but I've always been around like fitness and sports, and I struggled with mental health like this past year. For me, it was alcohol. Alcohol is my addiction.
Oh shit! Hold on. We don't got anybody mic'd up.
Oh, sorry. Oh.
I got them loud and clear up here.
You do? All right. I didn't even think about it. My bad. I just fucked all that up.
Okay.
All right. My bad.
There you go.
All right. Ready? Go ahead. Start with the mental health again.
Yeah. So for me, I've always struggled with mental health.
Okay.
Alcohol was my addiction. So I've been sober for about 13 months.
Let's go.
Hit 13 months on the 2nd of February. My challenge to myself was to do more difficult things, things that I don't necessarily like doing. That's like running like long distance. I've always been like an athlete, like rugby, football. But I think like I've seen the journey with running, how it's like that positive self-talk, like telling yourself you can get to the next like goal. And I've kind of seen like a transfer with running and just like kind of mental health and kind of challenging myself.
Right. Absolutely.
So that's why I started running. Do I love it? No, I don't love running.
Right.
Kind of get through it.
Yeah. I think running's different for us. Running's a bit of a form of punishment, but the amount of mental clarity I've gotten it, the community that I've built around it like that, it's second to none.
Yeah.
So what do you do in the military?
So I was a logistics officer.
Okay.
Graduated West Point 2019.
Ooh, West Point.
So I was quartermaster officer for a little bit. Spent 3 years in the 82nd.
Okay.
So I did fuel, water, platoon leader, and then I was an S4 at Fort Hood.
Got you.
Before I got hurt in 2024. Had a near heart attack, blood clot.
Really?
On base, and mirrored with like a manic episode. So
No
it's kind of
shit.
everything into one.
Yeah.
After I had that incident, I ended up going to outpatient therapy.
Okay.
Doing EMDR and got over to the soldier recovery unit where I've just been like healing and trying to get healthy and stuff. So
Right.
it's been a journey.
Yeah.
2022, 2024. It's like character development for me.
Yeah.
I had to look myself in the mirror a lot and really, whether it be like relationships, whether it be like running to different voids. I kind of felt like I had an addicted personality. So I kind of just jumped to anything and everything to kind of fill the void. So, but, I'm on terminal leave now. I retire March 30th and
Let's go.
kind of seeing like what's next. This is new, right?
Right.
Seeing what's next for me.
So what kind of races have you ran up to this point, or is this your first?
I've done like the turkey trot,
Okay.
Mandatory Army fun, runs and stuff. But I would say the longest run I had was probably like a 7K I did run with Team RWB.
Okay, yeah.
Johannesburg run.
Yeah.
Where we were in a big team. So the most I probably hit was like 7-8 miles.
Okay.
On like an actual official run. So
what are you running tomorrow?
half marathon.
Let's go.
First one.
Dude, it's such an electric atmosphere. I remember, I lost my way, heroin addiction, after getting out of the military, lost my way quite a bit, but stepping up to the line at Austin Marathon for the first time was like one of the most transformative experiences for me, because it was like the first time, I think, since the military that I felt like a part of something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just standing around looking at all the people, it was like, all right, let's go.
You were excited. I'm like, I got to lock in. Like because when I was running in Austin last week, I did 10 miles. Man, I had like people in their 40s, 50s, 60s passing me, or encouraging me as well. So
Right.
I think the community is pretty dope.
Yeah, very.
No matter what you look like, what your size is, you can color your skin, right? Or I think it kind of mirrors the Army a little bit.
Very much so.
So
Very much
cool.
so.
It's pretty cool to connect. So.
I don't know where you're going out. I don't know where you're going post-military, but dude, I'm a big, never thought I'd end up in Austin like I have, but I'm a very, very big believer in Austin, Texas now. Like,
It's great.
The community saved my life. The running community here is absolutely second to none, so it's absolutely incredible. So you told me as you walked up that you got into the podcast game.
Yeah.
So what's your show? What's it about? What are you doing?
Okay, so yeah, I do. So it's been a while because I took a break from it, but it's pretty much the Man Down podcast.
Okay.
So it's attacking men's mental health, right? Breaking the stigma, right? Toxic masculinity. There's masculine in being a man, but there's also like the vulnerable side, showing your emotions, especially for men and like minorities. I think what I saw in my community is a lot of times we don't talk about our feelings, and it's kind of like pressing on, especially in this like day and age.
Yeah.
So I wanted to attack that from a different lens, having someone, going through it myself. Just like being more advocating for, veterans, athletes, people that are kind of lost in their way. Even like former high school like athletes, right? They kind of lose their purpose and like what they want to do. So yeah, I've been doing that. I do a lot of stuff on like social media like TikTok and Instagram. So yeah, it's been a journey. I took a break for mental health reasons, just to lock in and find that sense of purpose.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something that I'm really passionate about, and I'm gonna get my degree in it. Hopefully, God willing, become like a therapist within it, the GI Bill and VRE. So we'll see where it takes me.
Well, if myself, Ryan Redemption, can ever help or support you in any way, bro, all for it. And then somebody listening to this right now, maybe where you were back in 22, 24, right? Not doing well, depressed. What would be your best advice for them?
Ask for help. I think the biggest thing that helped me get to where I needed to be was asking for help and being vulnerable, and taking a step back. I was very prideful, had a lot of ego, especially coming from, high school to college, West Point, being an officer. I thought I was just big shit. But everyone is human, right? And everyone has their worst day. And I think what I didn't realize, the people that cared for me were right next door to me. All I had to do was just be vulnerable and ask for help and take a step back and drop that ego and pride. So yeah, that's the advice I give myself to younger me.
Hell yeah.
Just take a step back, right? Dropping the pride and being vulnerable.
Good shit. Bro, we will be out tomorrow at 8 at the Water Station 1. On your way by, please give us a hoot and holler, dude. We'll be cheering for you, bro. Very nice meeting you, man. All right, we got my man Jake. Jake was walking by here. Jake is an Austin runner in the fitness community. We happen to work out at the same gym. He is part of an incredible organization with my man Bray, Men in the Arena. Jake, how we doing, sir?
Doing fantastic, man. Dude. Excited to be here. Excited to meet you and
hell yeah,
and be part of the I Am Redemption community.
Dude, I'm so glad you walked up, told me you knew Bray, so you were in immediately. But is this your first marathon? How many you run?
This is my fourth or fifth.
Let's go.
So I'm starting to become a vet when it comes to marathons.
The races, four fulls?
Yeah, 4 fulls, I think.
Let's go. Good stuff. So, dude, tell me a little bit about yourself. What got you in Men in the Arena? What are you all about?
Oh man, what am I about? So, I've lived in Austin probably 2 years now, coming up on 2 years. And when I moved here, I was in search of a men's community, a new environment of like-minded individuals, challenging ways to challenge myself and become a better man. And that's how I came across Squatch and Men in the Arena. And I went to a workout one Friday and was hooked immediately. Just the type of men I was around, I immediately knew like these are my people, and this is where I need to be. This is how I'm gonna grow, and I'm super passionate about Men in the Arena and our mission, and want to get as many men involved in that as I can.
Hell yeah! So what exactly? Let people know what is Men in the Arena and what is it all about? What do they do?
Yeah, Men in the Arena is a nonprofit organization for men's community and brotherhood. Our 4 pillars really are our challenge, brotherhood, reflection, and duty. So showing up for each other every other Friday for a workout at Squatch, Frontier Fitness, and challenging ourselves, stepping into the arena of life frequently and often, so that we can not only become better men ourselves, but show up as better friends, husbands, partners, fathers, you name it.
Right.
Hey, man.
Yeah, dude, I was so blessed to discover Squatch, you know what I mean? I just discovered Squatch. I see all these different communities, you know what I mean? But it's been a big transition for me, over the course of my life. I'll say, like, the way I grew up is definitely not the way I am now. So I was definitely not the open up, talk about my feelings type of people, but I started realizing, you grow up always wanting to be the tough guy. And so I thought the tough guy thing was bury that shit down and all that. But then you start realizing that the tough thing is to stand up in front of another group of men, ask for help, share vulnerable stuff like that. But you start realizing and seeing how when you do, it helps other people, and it kind of redefines it all for you. Have you kind of found the same thing once you started opening up?
100%. It resonates a lot. I remember when I first moved here and went to a workout, and men shared and reflected just things they were going through, and I had no idea the vulnerability, the power of vulnerability, and speaking up and sharing. I thought my problems were isolated to me, and it took a new environment and being around men who opened up and shared things about their lives to realize that we're really all going through the same things, and we face the same fears and just challenges in life, maybe in our own unique way. But without those conversations, we have no idea of knowing, and we can't help each other, right? And like you said, the power of standing up and sharing is true strength.
Right. So if you don't mind opening up a little bit. Now, first glance, I see you walking around here. You're put together, good looking dude,
Thanks,
in
man.
shape, getting ready to go out and run a marathon. When I stepped into the running world, I looked at somebody like you, which I'm sure you looked at everybody else like that, and it's like, oh man, these people have their shit together. They don't have any issues. So if you could, you've obviously, to be part of Men in the Arena, you've had to have been through some adversity. So could you take us back to maybe when things didn't look so good, like maybe rock bottom moments, stuff you went through?
Yeah. I don't know if I have a rock bottom moment per se, but there was a time in life, probably like 2 or 3 years ago, when I felt lost, just without a mission, without a purpose. I was kind of going through normal day-to-day life, and nothing was necessarily like bad, but nothing was exciting about it.
Yeah.
And I had a period where I was surrounded by some close friends and family, but I had never felt more like alone. They just didn't quite feel like they understood me, or I had kind of outgrown or was looking to outgrow some previous like patterns and habits. And I just felt, like the best way I can describe it is I just felt lost. I'll share that one of my goals in life is to be a father one day. So I have a great relationship with my dad, and it's something I really look forward to. And I didn't really have a North Star of like a man that was like that's the dad, that's the guy I want to be. I couldn't see that path, and I struggled with that for a long time.
Yeah.
And I think moving to Austin was just such a big change, because I started surrounding myself with men that started to reveal the path for me. I was like, finally I see the type of man, husband, father that I want to be one day. And it's like it just started to become more clear,
Right.
as you know, the more time I spent around guys like that.
Hell yeah. There's we have a saying kind of in the recovery community. It's like walk into a room and find the people that have what you want in life. And I know when I got sober, dude, I started holding myself to a certain standard. You know what I mean? Like how I operate as a man with integrity, and the way I approach people or approach different situations. And I started being very serious about the people I chose to surround myself with. And so like I kind of had this epiphany one day where it was like, man, I need to surround myself with like the baddest motherfuckers out here, because that's what I'm trying to get to. So dude, the fact that you're opening it up and surrounding yourselves, you came to a new place, because I would say there's more people out there that feel like you were feeling 2 years ago, lost, not really having a place, wondering where they are, you know what I mean? And that's all it takes. Is it's funny how those feelings make us isolate, and that's the exact opposite of what we need.
Exactly.
And so getting out there and getting over that little hump of like, who gives a shit what we look like or how strong of a runner we are or any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So what's on the horizon for you, dude?
For me is, I mean, number one, this weekend, I want to be present with the guys. I'm running the marathon with
With the guys? Let's go.
with the guys.
You guys doing the full?
With the guys, we're doing the full.
Peace
We're
mode.
doing the full. I was sharing a little with some other people. We typically partner with an organization called Ainsley's Angels.
Yep.
And we usually push disabled athletes for the duration of the marathon.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there's not enough riders this year
Okay.
for us. But we're showing up on race morning with the same intention, just pivoting the plan a little bit. And we're gonna run the marathon as a shared collective group. Might sprinkle in some fun challenges to keep it fun throughout the way,
Right.
and still show up for each other and run.
Awesome,
So that this weekend is main key, is on my minds, and just continuing to look for ways to challenge myself. It's like you said earlier, get into the right rooms, take more risks in life, and just get out of my comfort zone. Continue to move the needle forward every day.
Hell yeah. Love it, dude. Where can people find you right now?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram at just my name, Jake Morsch, and I also love writing, so you can find me on Substack as well. It's under the same name.
Okay. Good stuff. And then what is anybody that wants to get plugged in with Men in the Arena?
Yeah, Men in the Arena. You can find us online, primarily through Instagram at Men in the Arena __ is our handle, and you can reach out directly to me too, and I'll get you connected.
Let's go. Bro, I'm glad you stopped by. Pleasure sitting down with you. Look forward to getting some miles with you.
Yeah.
Make sure you give us a shout at mile 1-8 station.
Mile 1.
And dude, every Monday night we're at Squash from 6 to 8. Men's group bonfire. Would love to have you sometime.
All right, I'll definitely come out to that.
I got my man Lee here. I was blessed enough earlier in my running journey in Austin to get linked up with Lee. Lee back then was just doing running tours around Austin. So I got to run around Austin, learn the city, and show people from out of town. So Lee, first off, I know you and I kind of have similar stories. We come from similar worlds. What do you think got you into running in the first place?
I've always been a runner. I've always been competitive, but as a high energy kid, I just wanted to get out and run around the track in elementary school, and then I started realizing nobody was staying up with me.
All right.
So when I started winning 5Ks as a kid and then, running with older kids, I was just like, this is a way to get the energy out. And then I realized, you're talented, you can win races,
right,
and took it to another level.
Let's go. So I think you and I come from similar stories of the adversity we've been through, maybe in the addiction world, alcoholism, something like that, right?
Yeah, we're all broken.
Something, right? That's right. That's the whole theme of this show is we're all recovering from something. So, was running able to positively impact in that part of your journey at all?
Yeah, I mean, we all are running for something. If you look at a lot of the pros or people who are out, pushing themselves to that limit, physically or mentally, they're trying to feel something. And so a lot of my best friends that have, gotten into running, usually it's an outlet just for some of that energy that was misplaced, at another time in their life. So running has been a huge help to just mentally and physically leveling out and putting that energy in a more positive place.
Hell yeah. How would you describe somebody that's never been to Austin, Texas? How would you describe the run community in this city?
It's collaborative. People want to hang out with each other. There's a lot of competitors here. There's a lot of Olympians, but, at the end of the day, like everybody, helps each other out. And whether it's run stores, run clubs, are people just involved in the community. They're all here to uplift and support each other. So you got some highly talented individuals, but everybody's, down for the cause and down to help each other.
Hell yeah. So how did you get the idea for Swift? How did Swift become to be, and what all does Swift do?
So Swift at Events elevates corporate culture through health, wellness, and connection. I worked in banking for 10 years, and in those 10 years, I realized every social setting was set around alcohol consumption and, just getting messed up to get contracts signed. And so every banking conference that I would go to would spend, a lot of money towards seafood towers, champagne, alcohol, entertainment, and nothing towards health and wellness. And I just thought if I could get a few dollars away from that towards health and wellness, that's a company. So we're about 6 years in, and we work with companies providing everything under the health and wellness umbrella, whether it's team building, group activities, 5K fun runs, all in the cause of just elevating corporate culture and giving people a better way to connect within those companies and not rely on alcohol.
Right. Hell yeah. So I think we both know that sometimes for a lot of people, getting into the running community can be an intimidating thing to step into because so many people out there think they're not a runner, they're not in shape. They need to get in shape before they go to a run. If you know somebody that's sitting at home like that right now, what would be your best advice for somebody?
Just get after it. I mean, if you like to eat, reward yourself with a pizza right after. Whatever your vice is, just put a run in front of it, and that's the carrot at the end of whatever you like to do. And eventually, you start to reprogram yourself like Pavlov, and you're doing runs every day just to get what you already do. And so that's how I got some friends moving of just, let's go out to the bars, earlier in my career after we get a run in, or like, let's go out to eat after we get a run in. I don't know, whatever you got to do to put the carrot out there to make it work.
Hell yeah. Well, Lee, bro, I love you, man. Fucking so excited that you're to see you, man. They got connected. look forward to supporting Swift in any way I can. If you are coming from out of town, if you've got a corporate event, please check out Swift. I know all the people there, incredible people, incredible organization.
Hey, thanks, Shawn.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. All right, we are out here at the Austin Marathon Expo. My man Zach was walking by. He let me know right off the bat, redemption caught his eye. Stopped and talked to me about it. Figured out he had a little bit of a story and something that's burning a little bit deeper that got him out here running this weekend. So without further ado, Zach, how we doing, sir?
Doing great.
Have you ever been on a podcast before?
First time.
First time ever?
Got the mic in the face. First time marathon. It all feels new.
All these people watching?
I know.
Nah.
No, it's good.
So dude, what about redemption caught your eye? Or caught your ear, eye?
Yeah. So I mean, really, word. It's a life word for me. Is so, I've grown up my whole life, and I have a great family. They love me so much. I love them. But they never knew what I was doing on the side, on the back end of stuff, and it was always, Zach, you're so perfect. We love you, this and that. And I was like, honestly, I just wish y'all knew what I was doing on the side. And so, like, morally, honestly, I was a good enough person. It's not that I was mean to anybody, but I was like, man, my life is just empty. Like, there's no substance to it. And so, really, it was one of the first times that I went to church. And as I was going to church, I heard God speak the word redemption to my spirit. And whenever that came, it was one word, but it covered past, present, future. And in that, the story of Jesus made so much sense. Yeah. And in that, and with time learning, it's like, man, God's hand is never too short. And so I've seen that happen in my life, but I've seen it happen in other people's lives. So it's almost like I don't know, it's like a flag over every single conversation I'm having. It's like I can't help but to notice, like, whoever you are, wherever you are, it doesn't matter how far you are. There's always runway. There's always life beyond it.
Right. But me personally, dude, lost my way for a long time. Drugs, alcohol, trauma. I didn't know a world existed where we could ever been through all this stuff and use that to help other people. And so when I got sober and got my life together, I discovered the Austin running community.
Yeah.
I figured out that the most selfish thing I could ever do was discover that word redemption, right?
Yeah.
Because to me, it's using my experience to help other people. So the most selfish thing I could ever do was just run off, live my life, and never use that experience. Because if we don't do it, then like, what was it all for? You know what I mean? So I know everybody's overcome adversity, been through adversity and stuff like that. What are some of the things that have kind of tripped you up in life that you've been able to overcome that you now understand you're stronger for today?
Yeah, man. I think the reality of, like, man, Austin's big city, big place, lots of people. I mean, you're in an expo right now and you got some crazy turnover in here. And I think that there's this reality of, like, never feeling known. And it's like, if I find someone to be known by, or I want to know them, I'm even scared to put my voice or my opinion or my thought, who I am out there. So I know that is common though. Like, I know I'm not the only person. And so, especially with my generation and just how we're coming up, it's so easy to hide behind different things. And it's like, man, since the word redemption, it's like, I actually have a backbone now. Like, I actually have 2 feet to stand on. Like, I'm not so worried about if I write myself off or if somebody else writes me off the rip because of whatever kind of interaction. It's like, it doesn't ruin me anymore. I'm like, wow, you're going to be okay. Like, there's life beyond. There's life beyond. So, yeah.
I love that you opened up the conversation. You immediately started talking about God. It wasn't even a thought in my process when I named this I Am Redemption for it to be like that, but it's always the perfect segue into the open talk about God. And, you know, I've had a journey. I wasn't always the biggest, you know, I always believed, but always didn't know what to believe.
Yeah.
And so now to be able to sit here in front of, you know, literally thousands of people and openly talk about God and stuff, it's big in my life.
Yeah.
And so to hear somebody else on that kind of similar journey and get those similar messages in their life is big.
Yes. And I'll tell you, even with that, for anybody that is going to watch it, and just for me and you, is like, I'm telling you, being at a church consistently every single Sunday, like serving there, having community, be invested in the word, worship, prayer, just all the things, is the last thing in my life I ever thought I was going to do. It's like, and not because I was some heathen running around doing crazy stuff, but it's just because it's like, I always thought in my head, like, oh, I'm good enough. I'm not too bad, but I'm not too good. I'm kind of in that middle road. And I think so many times we think of like, man, let me wait for deathbed. Let me wait for the moment that I need redemption. But man, life with God, starting today, is the greatest life to live. And so I think that's so cool to hear you say that. I love this platform that you're using it for.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So what got you into running?
What got me into running? I was like, man, I need to do something hard. I was like, I haven't done it for a while. So I signed up for the marathon like 8 months out. But along the way, it's like, you know, joining some different run clubs, meeting some different people along the way has actually been like, wow, running is fun. Our running doesn't have to be miserable. I don't have to end every run, but so I signed up, so I was like, let me do something hard, but the friends and the community have kept me in it. Yeah.
Dude, so first marathon tomorrow.
Yes.
Are we excited? Are we nervous?
Both. Yes and yes. Yeah. Yes, I'm Wave C, shout out, bib number 5576 if you want to track me. You probably don't, but whatever. Send me a text around mile 18, be like, bro, you're slowing down. Come on, Zach. But yeah, super excited.
That 20-mile wall's coming, bro. Get some calories in you and go.
Yes. And I'll even say this, doing the shakeout run this morning, and getting to be out here for that, I was like, man, I could have ran my 26 today. Like the energy for race week, and especially being here in Austin, it's electric. It's good.
I try to tell people that have never taken part in this stuff, it's like, dude, even if you're not into running, come witness the marathon, come be around the energy. And honestly, you're going to look out there at some of the people running the marathon, you're like, I could do this, bro. I could get out there. But don't let the adrenaline get you at the beginning and go out too fast.
For sure.
Go out nice and slow, warm up a little bit.
But I'll just be thinking redemption.
There you go.
Slow down.
We're gonna be at mile 1, so I'll remind you.
Great.
We're gonna be out there loud and proud. But well, I look forward to connecting with you after this, hopefully. And absolutely, good luck out there at the race. Pleasure to sit down with you today, and God bless you, brother.
Hey man, that's a pleasure.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Awesome. I got my man Taylor with me. Taylor is a local Austin, Texas runner, a badass I met in the community. I met him at the local Fleet Feet run on Friday. I forget the exact context, but I believe you won one of our sneaker giveaways before.
I did.
Right?
Yep.
Right?
Yep, I did.
I forget what was it for us. Was it for Austin Marathon?
It
or
was. It was 2 years ago. 2 years ago. I think. Yeah,
Oh,
I think so. It
No
feels like
shit.
forever ago, but
Right.
I mean, time goes.
Right.
Time goes.
So, dude, most of the people I come in contact with in the running community, something fuels them a little bit deeper than most.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's very much in your story too.
Yep.
So what was it initially that got you into running?
Yeah. So what got me into running was really just kind of pushing myself. Moving to Austin, really, I saw that there was just a community of people, and it didn't matter like what you look like or anything like that. And growing up when I was younger, in like 5th grade, we had to do like those physical education tests, and I was running a mile, and I was running slow. I was the last one in the class to do it. And I remember at the end, everyone was clapping, and I thought that people were making fun of me. And then I kicked my shoe off and I yelled, "Shut up," at the kids. And ever since then, I was like so scared. And so then I took the chance here when I saw everyone out running and just fell in love. Saw that people were encouraging, people were loving it. About 5 years ago, I got sober, and that's when it really started pushing me. I was chasing something that could give me that sense of, I don't know, fulfillment that I used to get by drinking and pushing away everything else. And so with running, I'm able to still push myself, but in a healthier way. And so for me, just challenging myself every single day to get out there and to actually have some sort of commitment to myself is something that I never thought that I could have.
Right.
Especially that 5th grader who was nicknamed Chubby Chowdown, and now moving into this space where I'm running marathons and half marathons. I'd never thought I would be doing that.
Let's go. You got me going goosebumps there, bro. It's hard to do that, dude.
It's fun too, because like a couple of years, last Thanksgiving, I went home and I actually ran that same street that I ran that mile on, just kind of like as a full circle moment to myself. And I just stopped afterwards and I was like, I would not have thought about this when I was a 5th grader, And I know it's a weird thing. Like I'm 38 now, but I've got a 3-year-old, and watching him watch me and the way that he picks up on running as well, like I'm just showing him like anybody can do it. Like it doesn't matter what you look like, who you are, what you what you believe in, like as long as you can believe in yourself, like you're bound to do anything that you want to do. So that's been my drive.
Oh, let's go. You got
Yeah,
me.
man.
You're going today.
Dude,
What
let's go.
what was it like for you? Because I remember me, I show up in Austin, I'm really sober. I'm this pale, feeble little drug addict that just got sober, and I step out into the Austin running community.
Yeah.
I show up, all these dudes are chiseled, they got their shirts off, and it was one of the most intimidating things I'd ever come up against.
Yeah.
But I was so worried people were looking at me, I wasn't fast enough, I wasn't big enough, all these different things.
Yeah.
Then I finally got my ass out there and realized nobody gave a shit.
Right.
All they cared about is that I showed up.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what was it like for you mentally, first taking that first step to showing up to your first run?
It was terrifying, man. Like even at the apartment that we lived in, and when I moved here, like I was drinking heavily, and so like I never thought that I would want to get up on a Saturday morning at 6 o'clock and go for a run, let alone do a marathon or anything. And so starting off, I was on a treadmill doing it that way. And it's like, if I can do a treadmill, I can step out and do it myself. Do it early in the morning when the trail is nice and quiet. That took the most courage, I think, for me to get over my self-doubt. And once I started going and realizing no one's looking at me, no one cares, and I'm getting high fives and good jobs and stuff, like that made me feel better. And then I went to one running event, and that changed everything. I went to like an ASICS event, and everyone's just like loving what they're doing, and that was contagious for me. That was the next addiction, was to be a part of that community for me. And I think when I first showed up, I think my first run club that I went to was Morning Joe's, and that was I was nervous. Right. I was nervous because it's the same way, man. It's the same thing. Yeah, it's a huge one here in town, and people are running at 5-minute paces. You got Mitch Ammons out there running 6, Slim running 6, and then I'm out here running 12, feeling like I'm slow, but then I see everyone else doing the same thing, and no one cares because everyone's there for one another, and that all that self-doubt just went away. And the community that's here in Austin has just been something that's pushed me and made me find like a place, made me feel like I have a bigger community than what I thought that I had. And I mean, even today, just going around and seeing everyone from the run clubs and seeing Audie over there, just, it's great.
Yeah, I gotta get over there. I gotta get over there and see Audie.
Yeah.
What does the word redemption mean to you?
I think like for myself, redemption for me is just finding yourself all over again, repurposing what you felt your original purpose was. So many times I've tried to get over things, tried to get over my addiction of alcohol that messed up a marriage. I was separated from my wife for 3 months and didn't know if we were going to make it or anything. Spent a year in counseling and proving to myself that I could be better for her only made myself better. So I was finding that redemption for me, and in turn made myself have a much better relationship with my wife. And now we have a kid, and I don't know. I mean, it's just being a better you. Yeah. I think that's been the most important thing for me.
Oh yeah, I love how you said it, redefining, because I go back to you just telling me about you being that 5th grader to you sitting here right now at the Austin Marathon Expo, openly talking about the things you've been through. Like, once you're able to take that experience and use it to help other people talk about it out loud, to me, man, that's what redemption is. So yeah. It's a beautiful thing to sit here and see and watch. Last question for you.
Yeah.
Somebody's listening to this, they identify with everything you're saying. They're nervous to get going and get out to that first run. What is your message to them?
Just do it. Just do it. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. I cannot say that after that first step that I regret a single thing. I built so much from this. I owe so much to this. It's helped me with my addiction. It's helped me with my mental health in so many ways that I don't know what I would have done if I didn't take that step, honestly. And just doing it is the best thing that you can do for yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Always believe in yourself. And that's what I believe. It helped me.
I'm very glad you did, bro, because it connected us. I'm super excited for you. Give us a shout tomorrow. We'll be at mile 1 water station.
Yeah.
Give us a shout. We'll be cheering you on, bro.
I appreciate it.
I think you and I need to sit down for a longer episode too.
Hey,
if you're ever up for it.
Yeah, I'm down. Always, man.
Good luck tomorrow. Thanks,
Sure.
babe.
No, man.
Now we are sitting here with an Austin legend. For those that may not know, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and maybe why people might know who you are?
My name is Sandy Williamson, and I am the mother of Kaylee Williamson, first woman with Down syndrome to actually finish the Austin Marathon, and the first woman with Down syndrome to finish the New York Marathon.
Let's go. I just got goosebumps right there. We got a lot of people in the I Am Redemption community, but Kaylee holds an absolute special place, and her mother holds a special place in my heart. We connected early in my journey, and so to watch Kaylee go out and achieve what she's achieved, and for you to be there every step of the way with her has been special for me. And so it's pretty full circle for us to be sitting here right now at the expo.
We're family.
Yes, we are.
We are family.
Yes, we are. So how has everything been for you, sitting back as mom, watching Kaylee overcome everything that she has and go out and do the things she does?
It's a little overwhelming. And I say that because just as we've had highs, we've had lows in between this whole time. And so for me, it's been a balancing act. I love seeing life through her eyes. I love seeing the impact of having people all the way up in New York come out on the course and tell us they know who Kaylee is, they follow her, how she's inspired them. And for families with individuals who have Down syndrome who come out on the course and say, wow, thank you. One parent telling me, I never envisioned my daughter ever being able to run a race like this. So that part is, it's amazing. It's amazing to see your child create a legacy that far exceeds you or her.
Right. So what was the initial reason that you got Kaylee into running in the first place?
My mom was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and during that journey, I learned that Kaylee had an 80 to 90% chance of developing Alzheimer's. So knowing the 4 key factors with lack of sleep, bad eating habits, lack of activity, and stress, I started looking at those to control for her. Not to say it won't happen, but basically hoping to push it down the road to give her the best opportunity possible. So she decided she wanted to do a half marathon. I thought she was crazy. Honestly, I didn't envision her doing it. And
hold on, did she just come to you one day out of the blue and say, I want to run a half marathon? Or?
We were offered. I was told through Austin Distance Challenge to write why you run. So I had done the challenge and I wrote in, hey, I do it for my daughter. And so they responded back and said, we're going to give you a free entrance to Decker. We're also going to give one to Kaylee. And so I'm like, ha, ha, ha. And I said something to Kaylee and she was like, no, I want to do it. And I'm like, it's Decker. I don't think you understand. It's 13 miles.
Hell, miles.
And she's like, no, I want to do it. And so it became a long journey. She did the Austin half in 2017, but she didn't get to do Decker until 2 years later. Okay. And that is because I have a rule that she has to meet the qualification, the stipulations of a race to be able to qualify for me to pay for the next race. Okay. And so it took her 2 years before she even earned her first distance challenge jacket. This Sunday will be her 29th half marathon now.
And if memory serves me correctly, the Guinness Book has just recently contacted y'all?
Yeah, so she's being admitted to the Guinness Book of World Records for the first female with Down syndrome to finish the New York Marathon.
Really?
Yeah. So they requested evidence. I sent them, oh my gosh, I probably overloaded their email box. I sent them so many clips and everything else, but I sent it to them and we're waiting to hear back. They said it'll take a couple of weeks, but they said preliminary, she's got her name in there. They just need to go through the evidence.
How far is she from the record for half marathons too?
They don't do that one.
Oh, really?
So they said that is one they don't do.
Okay.
So that's cool.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure if she completed a half marathon in every state,
yeah,
that would be something different. But it's got to be a category they recognize.
Okay.
And so New York is one they recognize.
Out of everything, so me personally, like I look at all the races I've done, and I'm so proud of so many, right?
Yep.
And you know, I was blessed to finish ultras, to place in races, to win races, and all that stuff. But there was one race that I didn't even win. That's my most proud moment. And it was because it was an ultra marathon, and I've always wanted to see how far I could run. So I went out and I did this 50 miler, and I never stopped. I ran the whole time. I didn't walk the hills. So it may be the New York City Marathon, but of all Kaylee's accomplishments that she's done in the fitness world, because she's a swimmer, she's running, she's lifting, all these things, what was the most proud moment you've had in Kaylee's whole journey in her athletic career?
Austin.
Austin?
Austin, to me, is one of the more difficult courses, and it was her first. There was a whole group of us out there with her, but none of us are carrying her. It's all her. And when we got off of Red River and turned on 11th, and she saw that hill, and it was almost like, no, I'm not doing this. And I'm like, we're not carrying you. And it took her quite a bit to get up that hill because it's mile 25.
Yeah.
And New York is hard. I'm not going to take away from New York. But you start off on your highest point.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that elevation is like 855 feet. But Austin is steady hills.
Yeah.
And you get a little bit of a break, but then you get another hill. And so finishing that one and her dancing at the end. First, when she stopped dancing, she realized that her legs were hurting. That was major getting her back to the car. Right. But seeing her accomplish that first marathon was amazing. And then the city of Austin gave a proclamation that day became Kaylee Williamson Day.
No, I didn't know that. Yeah. Kaylee has her own day?
She's got her own day.
Stop it.
Yep.
Yo, let's go, Austin.
So it was pretty cool. So she's now, she's going to do Calgary, and then she's doing New York again this year. And next year will be her 10th straight year in person doing Austin, and she wants to do the marathon again. So we'll see, because Mama's got to make sure Mama can do it too.
Right.
Yep.
Did you ever think when you first started on this journey, I'm sure it was you started off and you're looking to, try to get Kaylee some help and get her where she needs to be. Did you ever think it would translate to her story inspiring so many people?
No. Honestly, I thought she was going to do one and be done. It's like when I did my first marathon in 2014, I was like, one and done. I'm not doing this again. And it's a little different when your child comes and says, I want to do a marathon. And she doesn't want you there, but she wants you there. You have to do it. And so I thought Kaylee would do the Austin half and just say, okay, I'm done. Because that's not an easy course either. And she kept doing it, and she's still doing it almost 10 years later. So no, that surprised me. But the impact, the people that reach out to us through Instagram, the people that come out on the course, I've had people, it's more individuals who don't have disabilities that we've actually had come out on the course, run for the water, and stop her and say, I started running because of you. I did Decker because of you. And that's amazing. That means they're starting their healthy journey and taking care of themselves in a way that they didn't know they could or they would until they met and saw Kaylee. Right. So I love that part. I have no shame in people wanting to quit on the course, and I'm saying she has Down syndrome and she's doing it, and they tag along with us, but they finish too. And so it's amazing to be able to see that. I'd never envisioned it.
Right. What do you think's the most misunderstood thing about the Down syndrome community, the special needs community? Like, what do you think, anybody listening to this, like, what would you want them to know?
They're not like everybody else. Her ankles, they collapse. Her arch collapses. She's got to have special made orthopedic inserts to go in her shoes. She is not going to go out there and win the race. She's not going to go out there and be the fastest. We're going to pretty much always be the last coming through the finish line. And that's just the way they're able to do it. But courses open up, they offer, and they introduce her, they include her, runners include her, they go by. But she's not going to run like the rest of us. She's going to struggle at times. She's got autoimmune disorders, and most of them have autoimmune disorders. People don't realize it. I carry about 10 pounds on me every race.
Really?
One of the things that's in there is an emergency kit. She doesn't have a spleen. Any bacteria, we're in the emergency room. So I carry water for her. I carry all of her nutrition for her. And I carry a first aid kit.
Let's go. You're a badass.
I don't know about that. Maybe a little crazy.
I think you gotta be though.
Yeah,
You gotta be.
Yep.
Anybody listening to this and they want to get involved, they want to be able to help out, maybe it's with the Down syndrome community, they want to get behind Kaylee, what can they do?
To get involved, I would highly encourage finding an organization that pairs runners that want to help and assist and guide runners that have disabilities. Achilles just started the chapter here in Austin. They are amazing. They're all over the world, including the New York Marathon. You want to do races, but you can't afford it? Go through Achilles, be a guide. You get to see things. No, you won't be in the official records as finishing the race, but you know you did it.
Right.
And you did it on a cause so much greater than what you could have originally done by yourself.
Yeah.
You can get involved. I think the Down Syndrome Association for Central Texas has a running group on Saturday mornings as well. Kaylee likes to run with I Am Redemption, but there are a lot of ways to get involved. And with Kaylee, come out on Saturday mornings. Start out with her and then transition to running with y'all, because trust me, you're going to get tired of walking, but that's her deal. And so we just let her do her thing. But to get involved, find an organization that fits how you want to contribute. And if you can't, that's okay. If you pass someone on the course that you know has a disability, cheer them on. Pat them on the back. Let them know, hey, great job. Yeah. You don't have to go beyond. If you don't have it in you to be able to, put out there the way, it does require a lot training with somebody as a guide. If you don't have that time and that ability, but you're doing out on the course and running, just give a shout out, give a high five. That's how they know they're included. That's right. Inclusion.
Love it. Well, what was it like for you finally discovering, when you discovered I Am Redemption, what I was doing like that, and you and Kaylee coming into the community?
Dude, you're like her big brother. You don't mess with Kaylee because of Shawn. Kaylee loves I Am Redemption simply because it is so inclusive. Not knocking any other running group. You can find the running group that suits your needs. For us, it is I Am Redemption. Most people don't realize a couple of years ago, I lost my brother-in-law to suicide. He was ex-military. Addicted to alcohol. And signs were there. He kept making the threats. And finally, one day, he went through with it. And so to know that there's an organization out there that gives individuals hope, that gives families hope, and that's what I Am Redemption is. Kaylee gets upset every time she thinks about Uncle Chris, because that's just how Kaylee is. I mean, she is emotional to anyone that comes up, but a family member is a little different. Right. And so I Am Redemption has become that family for her. So it has filled many things in her lives that, she doesn't necessarily have from a typical family. So for us, it is the biggest thing.
Well, I could not be more honored to have y'all be part of the community. I love both of you guys, and I Am Redemption will support your mission from now until the end of I Am Redemption. I told her I'm very glad you have. So she came up and shared a little bit of her story, and I felt like it was imperative. We absolutely had to sit down. So Annie, if you'd like to introduce yourself and tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Definitely. Thank you. Actually, I'm living a life of recovery, and I walked by, and this is my first time doing a race, and I recognized I Am Redemption, and I actually know people that so it's really cool. So I'm really glad that you're out and about. But a little bit about myself. I'm in recovery. My sober date's 9/11/2014. Gives a new meaning to the date 9/11, and this is my first half marathon. I am super excited about it, but what it is I committed to doing this last May. I just woke up one day and I was like, I just want to start running. Couldn't even run a half a mile. And I've been training ever since. And what I have overcome has been insane. I've had runner's knee twice. I've had spider bites. I've had elbow injuries. I've had all this. And it's like all these times where I could have just given up and it's given me a chance to keep going and not choose old ways. So it's been like a really cool experience, and it's like really surreal. So that's just where I'm at today. I've got like a lifelong story, but that's where I'm at today, which is what matters.
I'm sober do you have right now?
Since 2014. So yeah, it's almost 12 years. Yeah.
So how do you feel like, so you're already in recovery, you've been sober for a while, but then you discover running. Do you feel like running impacted your recovery in any way?
No, it has skyrocketed it, because it takes discipline from the heart, and it's commitment to self. I mean, it's about, instead of waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning going, I don't want to get up, it's setting that alarm for 4:30, 4:45, admitting that I don't want to get up, but still doing it. And it's over and over and over again. And it's also learning how to accept help on a deeper level. I've had to get physical therapy. I had to go to the gym, get a private trainer, do all these things because I'm so hard-headed. I want to do things on my own. But I've learned how to ask for help in a bigger way. Like, it has skyrocketed my ability to connect with myself on a deeper level. And even though I have a little bit of time, just a little bit of time, I didn't really know myself. And this is like a big part of me that has finally blossomed. So I'm like super excited. Yeah.
I don't know about how you felt. Luckily I discovered running when I was in treatment, and I kind of caught the bug. You know, I showed up to my first run. I thought it was going to be easy. It was not easy at all. But the hardest part for me was just showing up.
Yeah.
Once I showed up, everything took care of itself. But I look back at me getting sober at that time, and been to treatment 12 different times, had tried everything. Running was really the only thing that I kind of was new in the equation. And all I know is me going out every morning, much like you're saying, when that alarm goes off, and everything in my brain and my body is telling me to hit that snooze button. But I realize I've been shooting dope for the past 15 years, and that's exactly what I did every day, was hit the snooze button on every day. And so getting that win of every morning of not hitting the snooze button, going out, doing what I didn't want to do, and running those miles, I thought those wins, as far as recovery goes or in life, were huge, because that's really what started building up my confidence, knowing that I do show up to things that I do. And then you start pushing yourself a little farther, where you're only going to go out for a 2-mile run and it ends up a 3 or 4 mile run.
Exactly.
And those wins were imperative. So anybody out there right now that might be in recovery, what's your message to them on what running can do for them?
It can help you connect with yourself. And if you want to prove to yourself that you're capable of anything, just get out there and try it, because what I have earned from it's hard to express. I have earned the right to own myself, and then also I've earned the right to love myself on a deeper level. Whenever I choose to run, I'm choosing to put the world aside. It's literally my feet in the ground, and that's where my heart is at right now. So it's just give it a try, stay committed, and it's the number one thing for me where there is no immediate result. No immediate result. Like, it was a huge act of faith last May to say, you know what, I'm going to run a half marathon. And I couldn't even run a half a mile. And I had to have faith that I could believe in myself that much, and also ask for help. So it's just like, try it out. Even if you end up running just like 5 miles and that's the most, I don't care. You're going to get so much out of it.
Yes. And so this is your first half marathon.
Yes.
How are you feeling as we're leading up?
I feel pretty good. I had an aggravated runner's knee injury not too long ago, but I learned about EVA foam in cold weather. That's what aggravated it. So, and I just got over a spire bite on my left foot. So it's just like the universe keeps throwing these things at me. Quit. I'm not going to quit. So I have my family here to support me. My coworkers are going to be here to support me, and they're going to track me. And even if they see me go, and then I stop, they're still going to yell at me 3 hours later as I crawl across the line. So you'll be good.
What does that feel? Is anybody else coming to support? Are they running the race, or you're the only one?
Not running the race.
Ooh, you're the star of the show.
Yeah, I'm the only one.
So what's it like to be able to know where you came from as far as your journey through sobriety and all that, to be here now and your family, to be able to sit there and watch you do something so awesome?
Yeah, it makes me want to cry. I never want to forget waking up before and crying because I woke up. That was the lowest of my lows.
Right.
Whenever I would wake up and cry because I woke up. Now I can wake up and cry because, like, I walked over here, and this is so surreal, man. I mean, it's so surreal. Like, I'm worth this. This is huge. This is huge. My whole life, I spent so much energy hating myself. And this is like the biggest act of love for myself I could ever do. To this day, until tomorrow. Until the next one.
You just gave me goosebumps.
Yeah.
You just gave me goosebumps. That's the biggest thing of what you're saying too, is like, hopefully getting folks to understand, like, adopting this as a lifestyle.
It's
You know what I mean?
so grand.
We are really good at doing things repetitively over and over. We were good at doing things not good for us repetitively. Once you find something you understand, you can channel this energy into something positive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It completely redefines it all. And so running was that first thing that I found that it got me confidence back. It got me my mental health back. It gave me clarity I just didn't have before. It started putting pieces of the puzzle together that I was having a tough time doing on my own.
Yeah.
And so the community that I found with it, the people, and then going out and being able to achieve something I didn't know that I quite thought was possible for me has been absolutely life-changing.
It's a game changer. And, you know, it taps into all the rooms. I mean, and how could it not work? It's us connecting with the earth.
Right.
How could it not work?
Right.
Yeah.
So I got 2 questions for you.
Okay.
All right. Number 1, kind of a fun one, right? Why, or tonight you're walking out, hypothetically speaking, you're walking out for the UFC Championship of the World, right? What's your walkout song?
My oh my God, it's got to be "I'm So Blessed."
By who?
I don't remember who sings it.
I'm so blessed.
So blessed.
All right, we're gonna look it up.
Yeah, so it's on my playlist.
I like it.
I have a lot of religious songs on my playlist, spiritual and religious, and it helps me remember that I'm loved.
Yep.
You know, it has nothing to do with like believing in the story, believing in the history. It's about believing in something greater than myself. And also, I have to be reminded every day. It's like my music affirmations. You know, I have to be reminded every day of me being worth it. You know, so it's gonna be "I'm So Blessed." Yeah.
I can take a look back on my journey and even sitting here with you right now and understand like God architected this all for the both of us. We're supposed to be exactly who we are today. And without our past, we wouldn't be sitting here like we are. So very proud of you. I'm very excited for you. We are going to be at the mile 1 water stop. So make sure you give us a shout and a wave on your way by.
Will do.
And then last question.
Yes.
What does the word redemption mean to you?
Redemption. Okay. I don't know what it actually means, but what it means to me is taking my power back.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good luck out there. I'm so
Thank
glad
you.
we connected.
Yeah, I'm so glad I saw you.
Yeah, of men in the arena, my homeboy Bray. How we doing, sir?
Doing good, brother. Happy to be here.
Good
to see you.
Good to see you.
All love.
Are we ready for the race tomorrow?
We are ready for the race.
Sunday, not
We are
tomorrow.
ready.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what's new in your world, dude?
I'll speak to what I spoke to you this morning because that's relevant.
Yeah.
I got news this morning that someone within the Austin community, a husband, a father, committed suicide, and it hit me hard because I myself have been battled with that decision. So I know internally what it feels like to be so close to make that choice. And I've also lost my cousin to suicide on my birthday. That he making that choice as a reminder that I'm supposed to be here to be a beacon to speak. And this really hit me because I feel so called to this mission to talk about this more, speak my truth more, to talk to other people more, and channel some of the anger that came from this, like hearing this story, because I know it's all systemic to the choices that we're all making every day that is collectively creating problems for people that leads to loneliness, feeling empty inside. And I know it's up to myself. I can't control other people and how I lead and how I speak and how I inspire others to be leaders within their own lives.
Right.
And no more men sitting on the sidelines and feeling like they have someone that wants to bring them along to where they have the strength to get off the sideline.
Right. Well, I think I was just having a conversation with another individual running around the expo. And I think one thing that you and I are both about is like we're about action, right? We see something that needs to be done. We think something that needs to be done a certain way. Like we get out there and do it. And I think that's what a lot of the people in the world, you know what I mean? I think that's what good leaders do. They're about action. You don't sit there and think I should be doing this, I should be doing that. So like you being out in the front of a strong men's group like you are, leading by example and getting out there and actually doing the workouts, telling people about getting out there, sharing their experience, and becoming leaders that way. Like that's everything I think I would look for in somebody I'm trying to follow. So it's a beautiful thing that you embody that.
Appreciate it.
What do you think? How does this thing happening today, this tragedy, how does it kind of change the view of the race for you on Sunday at all?
For sure. I think it just makes me a little bit more back rooted in why I'm so passionate about men in the arena. At the end of the day, like a vision, a mission, an organization can go as far as the amount of people that believe in it. So I can believe in it all day, but if I'm not speaking in a way or connecting with other men and finding what excites them and the fire that they want to bring into the world, then we're not going to continue to build awareness around the things that I'm passionate about. And going to this marathon, it's just me being present with that, sitting with that and how I show up and how I communicate, the language I use, the support that I give, the demons that I face, because I'm still, even though I'm not going for time, it's still a marathon, it's still challenging.
Right.
And be able to showcase by example and to other men how we can show up in these environments and that are hard, that individually no one's going to pick up your feet for you, but that you don't have to do it alone.
Right.
And there's guys that want to go into battle with you.
Right. Love it. So you're already a fit dude. You're a high rocks guy. You're working out every day like that. But running in particular, we're here at the Austin Marathon. How do you feel like running affects your mental health as opposed to some of the other modalities?
Yeah, I was actually asked recently why I love running, and there's three reasons. One, I think it's inherently primal to just be able to run. Like we had to go run to like kill game, to like get food, to survive. Like that's like such a primal thing. I think two, it's like an opportunity. We're explorers. Like, and I've been able to travel to new cities or go to national parks and run through them, and it's so like enriching and fulfilling that I have the ability to do that when a lot of people don't have the ability to do that. And then third, just mental health. Like being able to, especially for men, to be able to move emotions that way, I think is a very positive outlet to use running as a solvent to some of our struggles, mental health.
For sure. So you just said how you've traveled around, you know what I mean? I'm sure you've got to see a lot of other cities. How would you compare Austin's running community to these other cities?
I mean,
is there a comparison?
There's not a comparison. That's like, yeah, it's not a comparison. There's nothing that touches Austin. I'm biased, obviously. I've been here 8 years. I have had the luxury of traveling to some cities. I'm more to see patterns of conversations. And conversations, everyone keeps pointing to Austin.
Yeah.
Austin is this, Austin is this, Austin is this, the energy is this, the people are this. There's nothing that touches it.
Right.
And I think that's why I'm so grateful in choosing to do this. And even though I'm not doing it for time and performance, like it's such a powerful experience that I know is going to fill me. Because I remember last year we ran it. I was so lit up because the energy is insane. And I heard that this year there's like 20% increase in signups too.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be a party.
It's going to be nuts. What would you say to somebody out there that hears like a marathon and they're like, fuck that, I'm never going to run that far. Why should they go out and train for something like that?
I think what's a beautiful thing about challenge is you get to learn about yourself a lot, and what you enjoy, what excites you, if you're built for tough things, which we all are. So you get to learn that through the process. And the beautiful thing is that you're going to find someone else that is doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's how you find people that you connect with, that you vibe with, that you relate with. And that's how you build community.
Right. That's how we connected. That's why we're sitting here right today.
Yes, sir.
So for anybody watching, they might not know what Men in Arena is. Tell them what Men in Arena is all about.
Yeah, we're men that want to support men and being the leaders that we were all born to be by creating environments that remind them who they are. So whether we're joining and doing the Austin Marathon, that's an ecosystem and environment where you're going to be faced with challenges and struggles, but you're doing it in the company of brothers. And through that journey, you're going to learn who you are and have more strength to take back to your community, to your family, to yourself, so you can fight the demons, fight the struggles, and continue to be strong.
Right. If you had one choice, Sunday morning, you're stepping up to the start line of Austin Marathon, what is the song that is blaring over the speakers?
We ready. We ready.
Good shit.
I don't even know if that's an actual song. It's from the football movie. Adam Sandler goes to prison.
Yeah, was that Bone Crusher, right? Bone Crusher. It's Atlanta rapper, for sure. I think it may not be Bone Crusher, but it's definitely an Atlanta rapper.
Yeah.
Good choice. Good choice. How many guys you got running the race?
I think there's six.
Six of y'all?
Yeah.
I do. Well, we are going to be at mile 1 water stop. Please give us a shout on your way back. We'll be we're going to be rooting you on along the way.
Okay.
Where can everybody find you?
Coach Bray.
Coach Bray. Coach Bray on Instagram, y'all. Check out Men in the Arena. My man is doing big things. We appreciate y'all. Dude. All right, we got my man Yash right here. He was walking by with our boy Bray, another proud member of Men in the Arena. Sir, how are you doing today?
Phenomenal.
Good.
I pumped to be able to be blessed enough to run in a couple of days. So
Hell yeah. Is this your first ever marathon?
this
No.
is my second ever half marathon.
Okay, let's go. So you're doing the half on
last
Sunday.
year we got to push last year. This
Right.
time around, it's just a squad of us, everything
yeah.
predominantly.
Hell yeah. So dude, what originally got you into running, or what started your fitness journey? How'd you find Men in the Arena?
I founded Men in the Arena via the fact that Bray, was the inkling who I spent a lot of time with, and brought a core issue that I found myself in when my mid-20s, where I was feeling lost.
Right.
And the idea of being without purpose made me go try find other men who are trying to improve themselves. And when seeing a community where a brother, a friend who was like, we can lead the charge by becoming that version instead of trying to find it, was a spark of, this makes sense. I don't have to go finding something as much as I can become that man myself. That's what got me into Men in the Arena, of realizing like I can set a bigger standard by becoming the standard and example myself. What got me into running was, I went through bouts of really losing myself in work, relationships, etc. And going on a run got me a high that nothing else really was getting me.
Right.
Being lost in those thoughts and then coming back in the endorphins, like feeling like I feel a sense of clarity.
Right.
It was the most free thing ever. There's nothing. I put on my shoes and I go out on a run. I come back and I feel super clear. So
Right.
that, like, finding clarity
yeah.
is what got me into it.
Hell yeah. What do you say to somebody out there like that, that's suffering kind of from where you were at in life, right? They find themselves in that place in life. They're just stuck, but they may not have a Bray living with them or able to show them. Like, what's your advice for somebody like that?
2 parts. First is you got to experiment. Experiment with the doing things. Because when you find yourself in a spot of being lonely, you find out a lot about what it is that you like or don't like by running experiments.
Right.
And the number one thing I would tell someone is like, try doing stuff and figuring out if you're liking it. And if you like it, start sharing it.
Yep.
Because that's what's going to attract other people around you. You don't have to go find someone to be like, I want to try and connect with you. Connect with yourself.
Yeah.
And the more you connect with yourself to then repeat it, someone else will drift towards you. It's the shared interests, shared struggles with interests is where I found my community. It's like, I've been like, oh man, I find my interest in realizing I want to help men become more educated. And I've gone down the path of education because, like, for me, where mental health and all of that, a lot of it stems from is like a man not knowing himself, and not knowing yourself stems from not knowing your likes, your dislikes. And the more time you spend on, I can be educated in an experiment, and education doesn't have to be like, I have to be formally educated.
Right.
Education is like, I'm going to learn on something and apply it. So to me, it's like applied knowledge is a huge way to be able to get out of that. And that's
Right.
where I spend a lot of my time right now. I currently work, and my mission is to empower 1 billion kids to go through our product. I work at a school called Alpha School.
Okay.
And we only let the kids spend 2 hours of their day learning, and the rest of their day on life skills and workshops. The reason we do that is because we want kids to be able to grow up realizing what is it that they can like, and be able to show up with being a better speaker, having more grit, and all of these life skills that put you in position to be like, I've trained and tested myself. And I think, like, when I was lost, it was because I wasn't testing myself. I became comfortable with having a good paycheck,
Right.
and being like, I'm getting a paycheck and I'm living life, but it became autopilot, and I wasn't, what is the other thing that drives me?
Right.
And yeah, you got to really lean into like, I want to run experiments.
Yeah. Dude, I think you hit a big nail on the head for me when you talked about knowing who you are, right? I remember one of the most important questions I've ever been asked in my adulthood was, who are you? And I couldn't answer the question. I could give them a very generic answer, but this was me, newly sober. I had no idea who I was because I had just spent the last 15 years shooting dope. So now I'm this new sober guy that have completely grown up now, and you know what I mean? And so somebody asking me that question and me really doing the work and diving deep, and then somebody finally let me know who I was. You know what I mean? I went through a whole men's program. You come up with an identity statement, but I walked out of that and it was one of the most empowering feelings I've ever felt in my life, because finally somebody set a bar for me. And now I knew where the bar was, and now I knew when I was below it. Before I didn't know where the bar was, so I didn't ever know if I was above, below, or anywhere near it. So truly doing that and diving in, doing the work, whether that's working out, whether that's running, whether that's doing, you know, mental health work, education, anything like that, you really start understanding who you are and then who other people see you as, especially if you surround yourself around with other men that are on that same journey.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, that has been one of the biggest things for me in doing this, is luckily being willing to be open and vulnerable and share my story attracts a certain type of people, right? And then understanding all this stuff that we used to be so ashamed of and we used to let it hold us down and we used to isolate, it is a superpower once you know how to channel it the right way. And so once you start translating it and talking to other people, using that experience to help others, you start seeing it making a difference in their life, then that's helping you. And it's like, oh, we all rise together. So when I came into Squatch and I discovered there was men in the arena, there's a lot of other people who'd be like, that's too much like what I'm doing. But it's like, no, fuck it. Like, we together, let's do this shit. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, there's people that are going to hear me and not hear anything. There's people that are going to hear Brandon, they're like, oh, that's it. And vice versa. And so like, we all rise together, man. So
we're all different vessels to carry the message.
Yep.
I mean, like, I believe in God.
Definitely true.
You believe in God, like God has put us on a mission to keep, you know, this gift of life and to keep sharing it with others on this one chance that we get before we go towards the greater aspect. So it's like when we're here, our mission is to keep spreading the aspect of a message of bringing out life out of each other person. Right. So sometimes the message gets heard via one vessel and sometimes through another. Right. It's our duty to keep showing up.
Hell yeah. I don't know about you, man, but you know, once God was in my life early on in life, and I think I strayed from the path for a long time. God is very, very present in my life. And once I brought God back into my life, I immediately knew where I was supposed to be aligned, what mission I was supposed to be doing. It was almost like he had cleared the path and was like, all right, take it this way. So I hope you're having the same experience in your life too.
Oh, easily, because for me this year, I rebonded my relationship with God. Yep. And in doing so, I feel like I look at it from the lens of we've got 3 A's in life for men: awareness, action, accountability. Mm-hmm. And it's like, all of us are aware of things that are happening around us. We're aware, but like you brought up an example of shame. Shame might put us in a position of like taking that awareness and not wanting to take action.
Right.
But if we create a sense of accountability in life around us, it becomes a lot easier. And in regards to God, it felt like once I started having a relationship with God, he was aware of everything that I'm doing. He saw all my actions, but now I'm taking accountability, thanking him for the opportunity and talking about my shortcomings.
Yep.
Once that happens, it's like, if I'm accountable to the most powerful, it's so easy to be accountable everywhere else.
Right.
So
Agreed.
I'm with you on that aspect.
Hell yeah. Well, bro, thank you for sitting down with me, dude. I'd love to sit down and talk with you more at some other time. We are going to be out at mile 1 at the water stop, so make sure you give us a hoot and a holler on your way by, dude.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Brother, good luck at the race tomorrow, man.
Good.
You guys make your rounds. You're at all the high rocks, you're at all the marathons and everything.
Hey, it's a fun experience, so you got to be a part of it.
It is. So, have you run Austin before? No. Oh, you guys ready?
I am.
Right.
I'm as ready as I can be. I'm hearing a lot of things about, you know, the hills are kind of crazy, but you know what? We're all here, we're having fun, and that's what matters.
All right. Are you doing the half or the full?
Half.
Half. So, just a quick update. You have a little bit of an injury.
I do. I have a broken toe.
How did it happen, if we could ask?
So we are, like I said, training for high rocks, and we were at the gym warming up, doing a sled push, and Aaron happened to be pushing the sled, and I was standing on the opposite side of it, and it was loaded with about 250 pounds and ran right into my toe.
Oh.
We just weren't paying attention. It was just an accident.
True accident.
And so, yeah, I have a broken big toe right now. So no running.
And you said you cried?
For days. Finally it got to the point where she was like, okay, look, I'm okay with what happened. It is what it is. But the more you cry about it, the more sad I get. So we can't do this anymore.
Okay.
Because I mentally, I was like, I can't handle it. I can't train right now. Right. So if you're going to keep crying, I'm going to keep crying. So we just let's just not cry about it anymore. Because I didn't really even cry about it when it happened. It happened and that was it. So yeah, this is kind of taking a break for the toe, but also trying to be as mentally sound as possible.
There we go. And now you get the unique opportunity to be able to cheer her on and support her.
Exactly.
So now she owes you one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
100%.
She owes you one. You got to support her for one for sure. So you guys, I love following along with you guys. Since we've sat down last time and we did our episode on I Am Redemption, what has changed? What is new in y'all's world?
We ran our first half marathon.
Okay.
We did our first High Rocks. We're signed up for another High Rocks.
Houston?
Houston, yes.
I'll see you there. I'll see you there.
We're signed up for this weekend and another half marathon in Colorado.
Leadville.
And then,
You doing Leadville?
yes.
Let's go.
And then we're also projected to do Chicago Marathon.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Did they contact you?
No, I actually won lottery.
Really?
Very first time ever applying for any world major marathon through the lottery, the non-guarantee, and I won. So
Really?
she was like, well, we're going to do this together. So she signed up through a charity.
So and a charity run. With Team Meb. Haven't started fundraising yet. I need to, but yeah. So that's going to be mine. I'm doing with Team Meb for the kids. He's going to be out in Chicago, and so I'm going to be part of that team group.
Awesome. How much money do you have to raise?
For him, it's $5,000.
5,000.
Yeah. For Ronald McDonald, I think a lot of our friends are doing that one. They were like 2,500, 2,200, and but for Team Meb, I think we're a smaller team, and so it's gonna be 5,000.
Okay. If I can help support that in any way, I don't know how much money we got, but I'll share anything that you guys have. But anyway, I just
makes a difference.
I got you on that for sure.
you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. So, what was your first experience at High Rocks? How did you feel? For those that don't know, I did my first High Rocks recently down in Dallas. It was their first High Rocks too. I was lucky enough for us to cross paths. So I'm just curious, what was it like for you guys on your end?
I was very nervous at the start. I genuinely thought I was going to hate it again. But we were mid-race, and just the atmosphere, the people cheering you on, you doing your own thing, and like just trying to get through the station. Again, mid-race, I looked at her, we're running, and I was like, I'm ready for the next one. I want to sign up for all the High Rocks. I was ready to do it.
Yeah.
I was in love with it. And anytime anyone ever asked me, like, I don't know any other word to describe it other than it was so electric. Like, just, again, the people that surrounded you. Like, we had people that we had no clue who they were, followed us to each station because they were just so excited for us.
It was super cool. It was so much fun. Like she said, the community around there, we had our community from San Antonio there, so that was fun. But then having just random people, like she said, one lady followed us through all of the stations. I met a bunch of people just when we were like in there getting ready, followed each other on Instagram. A lot of people ended up following us, just kind of saying hi, following along on our journey. It's super, super cool. And it was so much fun. High Rocks is so fun.
It took me until I think like the second exercise, and I was like, all right, let's go. This is the shit. I was a little nervous too. I was like, man, did I underprepare for this, or wasn't sure what to expect? But by the second exercise, I was like, all right, let's go.
The second was a sled push, and they
were quick with it.
Yeah.
And we got first place in our way for that
really?
sled push.
I made it 30. That did not feel like any weight. We were just like back and forth, go,
Right.
let's go.
We were first in our wave, and then we got like 82nd out of 1,500 doubles women's teams.
Really?
Yeah.
The wall balls at the end got me.
We soared through those.
Really?
Yeah.
I was having a tough. I mean, I didn't have a really tough time, but I would miss a couple like that. I'm not hitting the square, and they make me redo it, and I get all pissed off.
I think the one that we struggled with the most was lunges, and then burpees. Obviously, was a little bit of a challenge, but
yeah,
we took longer there. But I don't think we ever stopped. Right. And lunges, I stopped because I cramped up real bad.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, and she was like, give me the bag.
And there was a few places we had to switch off. Like we switched off on, I think it was the
B-roll video. Can you get B-roll video? Can you get me B-roll video? Can you take a B-roll video of this?
But yeah, no, that's okay. So we were doing what were we doing?
Rower.
Oh, rower. And I kind of see her getting tired. I was like, let's just switch. Like, it's fine. Like, it's okay. Like, let's finish that out.
And it was very much of like communicating with each other that, okay, I'm running your race. Like, you need to slow down, I'll slow down with you, or vice versa, whatever the case was. And we just worked really well together. Like, It was a great race.
That's awesome. So, for those that don't know, it's my favorite saying in the world, right? But you have one of the most inspirational little couple minutes there in the way you guys have come up with your message about get out of the car. Would you guys mind telling that story one more time?
Yeah. So a few years ago now, which is crazy to say.
Been a few years.
It's been almost 2 years. Yeah. We went to our very first run club, Dreamers Run Club, in San Antonio, and we sat in the car and could not figure out if we wanted to get out and go, but we were freaking out about even trying to go to run club. And in that video, you can see all of well, literally
anxiety.
I just literally put my phone up because we were being so dumb. I put it up and it just got every emotion that we could think of in that. And then Aaron said some crazy words.
Yeah. So I mean, we look back at that video now, and it just us getting out of the car has made such a big difference. Like, it opened up so many doors for us, and we couldn't be more grateful for where we're at. Very humble, and you know, we are glad to have these experiences now, all because we got out of the car.
Right.
Literally to run a mile, which we were exhausted to think now back that day we walked a mile and we're like beat ran and exhausted, and now we're able to be here running
marathons,
signing up for high rocks, signing up for full marathons, like crazy.
What would y'all from 2 years ago, right? If I would have walked up to you and say, hey, in 2 years, you guys will have done half marathons, high rocks, everything you guys have done, working out, running every day, and I would have told you all that before you started your journey, what would your answer have been?
I would have laughed at you.
Really?
I wouldn't have believed it.
I don't run. I can't run. I'm not a runner. I don't even work out. That's crazy.
So everybody that's sitting at home right now that's lucky enough to hear y'all speak, what is your message to them? Because they're at home saying that same thing.
Believe in yourself and get out of the car.
Get out of the car.
Get out of the car.
That's been such a theme for so many people that I've sat down with this weekend, is just showing up. Just showing up. Once you show up, the community takes care of you. We find people like each other like that. You find your people, you realize nobody cares what we're looking like or how much weight you're doing, how fast you are. It's all just about showing up.
Yeah, find your community. I think that's a big piece. Like, sometimes you feel like, I mean, granted, we were lucky enough and blessed enough to have each other as our little community for us to get some things. I think too, finding the communities that we've been able to find to continue to push us, to continue to motivate us. Definitely, that's a big key to it, is having that group to help push you. Sometimes your own motivation is hard, and it turns into discipline after a while. But it's that piece is definitely key.
And then just finding the like-minded people around you that are also going through the same thing, that you may not think it just because they may look a little different.
Yep.
But everyone in this community is going through the same thing, running the same races, and doing the same distance, and you're going along with them.
We can follow these friends and be like, hey, we're gonna wake up at 5 to go run, or we're gonna wake up at 5 to drive to Austin and get there early to go to a run club. Like, we're gonna do this. All right, we're all in. Like, we're in it. Let's go.
Those are the people I'm trying to surround myself with, for
The
sure.
best people.
For sure. Well, if y'all don't know who they are, please look up Fit and Fluffy. I'm telling you, they're two of the greatest humans you will ever come in contact with. I love you guys so much. I'm so excited for y'all. Give us a shout tomorrow when you're out on the course. We'll be at the